For those of you who might not know, New York State amended its power of attorney law in 2009 and then incorporated technical amendments effective September of 2010. And so everything we're going to talk about today hopefully is a refresher from 9 years ago. But as you'll see from these 5 examples, there is a significant amount of misinformation and incorrect powers of attorney that are floating around out there. I hope, because it's an intermediate class, that I'm preaching to the choir here and that you all sit here and roll your eyes and say, oh no, we know all of this, this is redundant. But in case it's not, we're going to go through some of the most important parts of New York State power of attorney law, predominantly focused on the gift rider. The 3 major things to know that I think is that litigation is on the rise. We're going to ask Deb a little bit about what goes on in surrogates court on power of attorney litigation after the principal has passed away. The use of the statutory short form power of attorney and statutory gifts rider is still very important in all phases of practice, whether it's estate planning, tax planning, Medicaid planning, business succession planning. The use of the short forms is, in my opinion, the closest and best way to avoid malpractice, but to avoid penalizing or jeopardizing your client in being able to have his or her wishes carried out. And then finally, the explanation of the power of attorney to your client and to their fiduciary. If you haven't read the power of attorney statute, you really should. So I have put it up here, but the 3 things that are, in my opinion, important are 5101B, the creation of a valid power of attorney, 5-1513, the statutory short form, and 1514, which is the gift rider and the gift-giving provisions. I refer to many of these other sections bit by bit as I go along. So, for example, if somebody asks me what insurance transactions mean, I can go and look up the provision and see it. So knowing where in the law these different provisions are is really important, but it's also pretty important. The 3 that I put in red there are ones that I have tabbed in my green book, and I refer to a lot. And it's gotten to the point where I sometimes hand them to clients and say, read this. This is what I'm talking about when I tell you.